Everyone uses trade platforms to get basic resources in Astroneer, but you can automate it to get yourself some of the best items in the game. And the best part, you don't even have to gather any Astronium or send a trade platform away. How? Well, let me explain. Now, obviously, first of all, you'll have to find the Astronium. So go grab your terrain tool and start digging down. Notice that the terrain will get harder, so you might want to use some drill mods. Now, I won't dig all the way into the core because I've already done that and I dug away for the rover. So I'm just gonna use this ramp. But you can do whatever you want, just reach that core and you'll see just how far you have to dig here by the length of this tunnel. By the way, we are on the Solo and this is the smallest planet in Astroneer. So on most planets this dig will be a little bit bigger. But here we are and you can already see some of my automation here, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So I was talking about finding Astronium. So here we have an Astronium node. You'll find these close to the core as I said. And now you'll want to get an auto extractor. I'm sure you already know this, but let me just go through with it. So you'll need to place it on the node and the higher this green bar is, the better. So you might want to move it around, see this is higher here, move it around a bit and see where it's the best. You'll have to connect it to power, so just imagine you have your base here or you have a different platform with some QTRTGs or with any type of power. You can have wind turbines. I don't know if solar panels work, but you can try that as well. So you can just do that and then you'll have an auto arm to grab the resources. So let me just show you. I'll place two QTRTGs here and now we can turn this on and you'll see the Astronium start forming here. Once we've got a full Astronium here, we can take it, but we don't want to do that manually, so we'll have an auto arm. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I can show you some more advanced features. So this is exactly what I said earlier. We've got an Astronium node here and I placed two auto extractors because I wanted this to work faster. And you can see the Astronium forming here. Then we've got two auto arms that grab all of that Astronium and place it on a platform here. Now, if you don't want to store any Astronium, you don't need this platform. You can go straight into a small one and then you'll have this auto arm. But when I'm not using my trade platform, I want to store some Astronium. You can see we've got 200 extra Astronium here and we are still gathering it. And this works extremely fast. You just need to provide some power. So one auto extractor uses 8 units per second. You don't need two of them, you only need one. So you can see that's not that much power. So anyway, we've got the Astronium here. Let me enable output on this and you'll see exactly what happens. So this auto arm will grab it and feed it here. Now pay attention. Once we have this full, that auto arm turns off and the next one turns on. And this one places the Astronium into the trade platform. Now, once the trade platform is full, it will automatically launch and it will come back with the resource we wanted. So for example, here I placed it on portable smelting furnace because I want to get some of those. And this will automatically repeat itself. Here comes the part where I explain how to do this. It's not as complicated as it might sound. So we've got some simple sensors here, but let me just show you how this launches on its own. So there it goes. And yeah, it doesn't really make sense. We're in a cave, but whatever, it doesn't know. And it will come back with a portable smelter, which I will place in the selector slot of this auto arm and then we'll store all of them on here. But you can also use this to get any of the resources that you can get using Astroneer at the trade platform. By the way, I told you earlier that I used two auto extractors to make this go faster, but that's only because I'm extremely lazy and I didn't want to overclock one of them. But if you want to overclock your auto extractor and make it work 2 or 3 times as fast, then you should go watch this video. It's on screen right now. It's a really quick 2-minute video that explains how you can make your auto extractor more overpowered so it will work even faster. We've got our portable smelters here, so we can use those. And now let me explain how this works. So you can see we've got 3 platforms here. The one in the middle doesn't have an auto arm and the other ones do. This is pretty easy. You'll want to have these platforms in between your Astronium and your trade platform. Now the first auto arm should be on in the beginning and it will take Astronium from your Astronium platform. It can take it directly from an auto extractor or it can take it from a canister, like in my case. This will place Astronium on the second platform, which is empty. And then this other auto arm will be turned off in the beginning. Now we have a storage sensor here and this will be set to full or empty. If it's easier for you, then make sure it's got both of these green arrows on. You don't want it to be with only one on or the other. You want both of them. Great, so this will send a signal each time the platform is full or empty. Then we have it connected to a count repeater, so this can count how many times this has been full or empty. And because this has 2 slots, once we have 2 Astronium on here, it will count twice, once full and once empty. So this actually counts how many Astronium are on here. This is important because let's say you don't want to get a portable smelting furnace. Maybe you want to get something that only requires 6 Astronium. So then you won't want to send 8 of them, you'll just just want 6, or maybe you want to send only 4 of them. So you can just come to the count repeater and change this number here. Now I just have it set to 8 and it will just do that. I turned off the power so that I can show you with other examples as well. But basically the storage sensor is connected to the count repeater, which is connected to the trade platform, and then that's how this gets sent. And now it's back, so we can change the thing to another. So let's see, we don't want portable smelters anymore. Maybe we want hydrazine. 3 astronium is 4 hydrazine, so that means we can send 6 astronium at a time. Now first of all, let's get this out of here. And now we need 6 astronium, so I'm gonna set this to 6. I'll make sure we've got 1 astronium in the slot of this one first. This is empty, the storage is set to full or empty, there we go. And then this one is set to 6. Now all I need to do is turn this auto arm on, and you'll see this time it will only count up to 6 before sending the trade platform. So once we have 6 astronium on here, it's gonna go and then it will come back with 8 hydrazine. And the way these auto arms stop and then turn back on, that's all from the storage sensor. You can see it's connected to the count repeater, but it's also connected to each of the auto arms. So that's why I said this one starts on and this one off, and then they interchange. So this one gets turned on and this one off, and the other way around. So you can see right here, we are counting to 6 now, and the trade platform is gone. It will come back with 8 hydrazine. So you see, this is way easier than you might have initially thought. If you want to build along, then go back to the beginning of the video and watch it again so you can see all of the steps of building this. Oh, and by the way, if you don't want to use Astronium but you want to use Scrap for your trade platform, then don't worry. You can also turn Astronium into Scrap. I've got a video on that where I built the biggest Scrap farm I've ever built, and that's exactly what it does. It uses trains and all of that, and it turns Astronium into Scrap using a ton of trade platforms. So if you enjoyed this video, then you'll definitely like that one. So I leave you with that. Cheers, Astroneers!